Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear brothers and sisters, in this simple video, we would like to share our experience that we had during our previous Umrah trip last month. Alhamdulillah, thanks to Allah Almighty, has granted us the opportunity to be His guest and perform an Umrah. We would like to share how we did it and how we made all the arrangements for this trip. We decided to do it ourselves, all the arrangements, not to go through the agent because the price to the agent was very, very expensive. And this is very useful for the people who already at least perform Umrah once. Then they can do their own arrangements. For the first time experience will be good to go through the agent, unless if you want to take the adventure and you do a lot of readings and search before you go. For the flights, you can do your own arrangements, but before that you need to check the visa requirement from your country to Saudi Arabia. Some countries, they're allowed to do Umrah with a tourist visa, and they can apply through online application of the visa through the website. Some countries, they don't have that opportunity to do it that way, so they'll have to do it through the embassy and to apply for Umrah visa. So before you start all your arrangements, you need to check what is applicable to your country. And you start by applying the visa. Once you get the visa, you start doing your arrangements for the flight. You can check different options that goes from your country. You have two choices when you want to do the arrangements for the flights. Either go to Medina direct and then spend a couple of days in Medina, or you can fly direct to Mecca, to Jeddah, if you want to go direct to Mecca and then Medina. So it depends where are you going to start. It's very common for people to start in Medina and spend a few days, and then they will move on to Mecca to perform the Umrah. If you go direct to Medina, then you need to book to Medina airport, and then from the airport you go by taxi to the city, to Medina itself. There's so many options for the hotels and accommodation in Medina, around the Haram al-Nabawi and nearby, and a bit far from there or behind it. Depends on the pricing and depends on your budget. And the season as well. The hotel will change in their prices. Most of the hotels that are very nearby to the Haram Nabawi, they are like 4 stars and 5-star hotels. So unless if you have a good budget, then you can stay on the line behind them. It's always worth checking first because, as I mentioned, the price will always vary, and then depending on the season and depending on the time of the year. If you go during Ramadan, then it's be extremely expensive, but normal days like after Ramadan period, they go down a little bit, or during summertime as well, the price go down because it's too hot and not many people perform Umrah during this time. Then if you in Medina, then spend most of your time in the Haram al-Nabawi, do prayers. To go to the Rawdah, then you have to book. There's an application called Nusuk. You need to download it, and then you need to book the time where you visit the Rawdah. There's different times for men and ladies, different sessions, so you need to see which one is applicable. For the ladies, they have a dedicated time where they can visit, but it's always good to book before you go. Because if you leave it too late, you might not get opportunity to book. Yeah, so once you're done from Medina, then you can go to Mecca, either fly from Medina to Jeddah, or you can go by car, taxi, or whatever available land transportation, as well as a train. It's good to experience the train. And to get to the train station, you need to take a taxi from Medina, and then to the train station, which is a little bit outside the city, and then it takes 2 hours to Mecca by train. The train is very fast, very convenient, and very comfortable. So it's good also to experience the train. Once you arrive in Mecca, then you can take a taxi from the train station to wherever you booked your hotel. Again, hotel options is similar to what is in Medina. There's hotels in the clock tower, which is just in front of Al-Haram al-Makki. Once you come out of the hotel, you're already in the outside hall of the Masjid al-Haram. These are also again 5-star and 4-star hotels, and there's so many other hotels nearby. So you need to do a little bit research on the hotels, and again, your budget, which is going to determine where you're going to stay and which hotel. Again, the Nusuk application, you need to use it to book for the Umrah, to perform Umrah. Recently, I think since COVID, they took different measures for performing Umrah. So they dedicated one gate for Umrah, and only people with the haram, they're allowed to go in to the inside of the Al-Kaaba area. Otherwise, for prayers, you can use any gate and go for prayers with your normal clothes. But to perform Umrah, there's only one dedicated gate, and only people with the haram who are allowed to get in. If you want to perform more than one Umrah, then once you complete your first Umrah and the second day you want to perform another Umrah, then there's minivans and taxis from nearby the Haram al-Makki, near the masjid, which go to Masjid Aisha and Tan'im, where you do your miqat, you do your ihram again. You can perform as many as you want, as long as you can book the Umrahs. And the application allows you to book. Then even if you can do 2 a day, you can do that. Okay, for our Umrah, we did it slightly different way. We started in Mecca instead of starting in Medina. So we flew from Oman, and because we flew from Oman, we had to do the miqat or the ihram in the airplane. So we did our wudu and our preparation in the airplane itself. The captain will announce normally when you reach the miqat. Before even reach the miqat, half an hour will announce that in half an hour we reach the miqat, and then 10 minutes he will announce again before reaching the miqat, and then people get prepare themselves, put their harams and do their wudu. And then once we reach the miqat area, he will announce again, and then we put our ihram and then we do the niyyah for the Umrah. And then we landed in Jeddah. From Jeddah, again, Jeddah airport, you have different options. You can take a taxi, you can take a bus, or you can take a train as well to Mecca. So we took the train just to experience the train service, the new Al Haramain train. And then we went all the way to Mecca. We put our luggage in the hotel, we check in, and then we get prepared again to do the Umrah, and then we perform our Umrah, Alhamdulillah, with the grace of Allah Almighty. It was a very good experience, and then that time was not very, very crowded, Alhamdulillah. Comfortably we did our Umrah. I hope this simple video will help you, will give you some guidelines to if you want to perform Umrah, and inshallah all of you will pray for you to be able and to have the opportunity to perform Umrah or Hajj, inshallah. And if you have any questions or any further clarification you might require, then just post it in the comment area.
والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك. لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك.
Sitting at the back.
حسبي ربي جل الله ما في قلبي غير الله نور محمد صلى الله لا إله إلا الله. حسبي ربي جل الله ما في قلبي غير الله نور محمد صلى الله لا إله إلا الله. حسبي ربي جل الله ما في قلبي غير الله نور محمد صلى الله لا إله إلا الله. حسبي ربي جل الله ما في قلبي غير الله نور محمد صلى الله لا إله إلا الله. حسبي ربي جل الله ما في قلبي غير الله نور محمد صلى الله لا إله إلا الله. حسبي ربي جل الله ما في قلبي غير الله نور محمد صلى الله لا إله إلا الله.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك. لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك.
جل الله ما في قلبي غير الله نور محمد صلى الله لا إله إلا الله حسبي ربي جل الله ما في قلبي غير الله نور محمد صلى الله لا إله إلا الله
لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك. لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك. لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك. لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك. لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا